baby Mario characters exist? I find them kind of odd. I know that they're just the baby counterparts, but I always wondered, why are they here again? I want to understand the lore, but let me look into what the community has to say about them first. I mean, after all, they are just babies.
Baby Rosalina, what exactly was the point of bringing her to fruition?
We should dig a hole, put the baby Luigi's body in.
Anyways, the worst characters in the game are Baby Peach and Baby Daisy.
Baby!
He's stinky.
Yeah. Yes! Our baby is here!
What? Was that a plunger?
Let's go!
Okay, we'll get into more of the community response later, but first, let's just talk baby Mario characters and their actual lore. Where do babies come from? Or, well, where do baby Mario characters come from? But hey, have you subscribed yet? Because this is LED, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. This is the timeline of first appearances in-game for the baby Mario characters. And unsurprisingly, the very first baby characters in the Mario universe were Mario and Luigi, when they first made their debut in Super Mario World Yoshi's Island 2, released in 1995. Now, I don't know about you, but personally, I was only familiar with the baby characters because they're in Mario Kart games, and I have never played a game that featured them outside of Mario Kart. So when I found out that the game where they were first introduced is actually available to play as a part of your Nintendo Switch Online membership, I gave it a try, and I was not prepared for what it was actually like. Suddenly, a shadow appears in a gap between the clouds. The babies are What? What do you mean? Who was that? Snatching only one baby. What? So yeah, the setup here is that a stork was delivering baby Mario and Luigi to their parents when Kamek, of all characters, comes and literally kidnaps them. I'm probably the most casual Mario fan of all time because I had zero clue that Kamek was like this. Like, this is actually wild. And it's even stranger knowing that I was introduced to the baby characters in Mario Kart, where the babies and Kamek are just around each other all the time. Shouldn't someone be concerned? No one seems to care. I didn't finish Yoshi's Island 2. It wasn't my cup of tea, so if someone cares to fill in the blanks in the comments, feel free to do so. But at least I got my answer on where baby Mario and Luigi come from. It's the stork. It's always the stork. And one thing that I cannot unsee, and I had never noticed before, why are baby Mario and baby Luigi's eyes like this? They have no eye whites. The other human babies all have eye whites, but for some unknown reason, baby Mario and baby Luigi do not develop eye whites. They don't get them until they're teenagers, I guess. I don't know how it works. I just find it kind of unsettling, and I'm just not a fan. Now, as for where the baby princesses come from, honestly, it's all equally concerning. It's a frickin' stork. No, it's not. Baby Peach was the next baby character to be introduced in Mario & Luigi Partners in Time, which was released in 2005. I have no way of playing this game, so I watched some cutscenes from a playthrough on YouTube. And just like baby Mario and Luigi, Baby Peach is also being kidnapped, but this time by Bowser Jr. And inexplicably, they are also being chased by aliens. I'm realizing that a lot of these earlier games are just kind of fever dreams. There's a scene where Baby Peach will not stop crying until she apparently gets her way and there's a bombing on a nation. I didn't know that Peach had it in her. That's not what I was expecting when I started looking into this video, I have to say. Maybe it somehow makes more sense if you actually play the game, but anyways, as for baby Daisy and Rosalina, their first in-game appearances were in Mario Kart games. They didn't have really any backstory or explanation. Just, hey, these are the baby counterparts and all of the babies can definitely drive. Trust us. Baby Daisy was introduced in Mario Kart Wii from 2008, and baby Rosalina was the last to be introduced in Mario Kart 8 from 2014. This opens a whole other can of wigglers. Yes, wigglers.
Hey guys, it's me, Wiggler, and today we're gonna be racing on the Maple Treeway.
So as I mentioned at the beginning of this video, I've always found the baby characters kind of odd, and I think that I find them even stranger since making this video. But just to make sure that it wasn't my own biases before going down this rabbit hole, I asked you guys what you thought about the baby characters on my community tab here on YouTube, and I also launched a poll on my Twitter, and it looks like I'm not alone. The vast majority of people find the baby characters in Mario strange or confusing as to why they're even there. But I've also learned that there are a lot of people that just straight up hate some of the babies, specifically baby Rosalina. We've discussed that baby Rosalina was the last baby princess to be introduced in the franchise, seemingly for no reason, but on top of that, her very existence apparently breaks the entire Mario canon. Now, I am no Mario expert. I'm very casual when it comes to Mario, but I'm enjoying learning through making these videos. In fact, I've never even played Mario Galaxy. I'm a Mario Sunshine enjoyer and all of its brokenness. And before you start throwing tomatoes, I'll get to it eventually, I promise. Just let me play Silk Song first. But it's true, many have lamented that baby Rosalina completely breaks canon, because apparently in Mario Galaxy, there is a storybook that can be unlocked through achievements. And in this storybook, it tells the story of how Rosalina made it into space in the first place, and also how she became a very young mom of the Lumas. So Rosalina was not born in space. She wasn't born with supernatural abilities, other than being a mom, of course. She was originally just a normal human, but rather she gained her abilities through her connection to the Lumas. The abilities that she's gained include things like teleportation and gravity manipulation. The girl can fly, but she could also probably make a black hole and destroy us all. She was originally born as just a human, and she doesn't gain her powers until later in life. So why then can her baby variant do things like this? She shouldn't have been born with these abilities at all, but I have to say, it is cute. And have you seen her outfit with the sleeves? Her little hands are covered.
Because this is gonna be wigglerific.
I personally think that I can forgive a little canon breaking for that amount of cuteness. And Nintendo's probably banking on that too. I don't know about you, but I think I will take canon breaking over what seems to be the alternative anytime a baby character is introduced, which is just they are being kidnapped. Like, it's okay, they can just be plopped into the game if this is truly our only alternative. But people's dislike towards baby Rosalina goes even farther beyond this particular issue. When it comes to characters like baby Rosalina, or really any of the baby characters for that matter, there is a very strong dislike for the babies, what a sentence, and the fact that they take up character slots. In Mario Kart, you're provided a host of characters for you to choose from that you can then play, and then you can race and hopefully win some races in your Mario Kart. That's Mario Kart. And, well, there are certain characters that the fan base see as kind of a waste of a character slot that could have been replaced with somebody that they think is more deserving or unique. Like Miku. Could you imagine if Miku somehow ended up in both Sonic Cross Worlds and Mario Kart World? If anybody could do it, it's Miku. The baby characters were kind of hated for this, especially baby Daisy and baby Rosalina, who had no real backstories or explanations of their own outside of just, hey, they're in Mario Kart now. But my personal gripe is that in Mario Kart World, you can play as baby Daisy immediately, but you have to unlock the regular Daisy. Why isn't regular Daisy on the main thing? How are we gonna get baby Daisy before regular Daisy? I have to unlock Daisy? I don't like that. I did not like that. You could play the regular characters for everybody else, but for some reason, Daisy was being gatekept. Don't do that again. Did not like. But who was really the most hated? It was Pink Gold Peach. And I think I have like 10 hours in Mario Kart 8, and I still know that this is to be true. All right, so do you remember that timeline that I showed earlier about the baby characters? Well, it was actually kind of incomplete because the babies that we've shown so far are who I would call the main babies, the boss babies, if you will. But there are a ton of other babies in the Mario universe. Way more than I realized, like a lot more. Their population is actually booming. And I have to say, some of them are just weird. So let's talk about them. Who are they and why are they here? So there's familiar characters like Baby Bowser, Baby Luma if you've played Mario Galaxy, and maybe Baby Donkey Kong. But then there's also characters like the Baby Penguin, who I find particularly cute, Baby Wario, who I had no idea existed before this, but I guess all of the adult characters should probably have a baby counterpart, even though that would be unbelievably unpopular. Whereas Baby Waluigi, for example. There's also a Baby Thwomp, which this is actually very important, not only because this is actually the most recent baby to be added in the entire franchise, but also I think that we should all demand for Baby Thwomp to be included in Mario Kart World. Who's with me? There's also blooper babies, not to be confused with the Baby Blooper, which is a car, and the Baby Cheep. And funny enough, Baby Blooper and Baby Cheep actually were the first babies in the entire franchise. I know that they're not human, but they were the first. The next earliest baby was actually this thing. This is Babyface, and it was introduced in Mario Paint. Babyface is just straight up odd, but it is very unsettling to say the least, and the sound especially that Babyface makes. I am not a fan. So actually on the timeline, Baby Blooper, Baby Cheep, and Babyface all came before Baby Mario and Luigi's debut. What exactly we'll do with this information? Not exactly sure, but I hope that you're enjoying learning, and I hope that you'll subscribe and maybe share this video with a friend to support deep dives into pretty obscure topics like this. In addition, there's even a ghost baby named Chauncey that Luigi has to fight in Luigi's Mansion. Just the implications alone of a ghost baby, I don't really like. Also, he'll end up doing stuff like this, which, no, just get it away. And then these next three babies, I just straight up find perplexing. Let's start by talking about Watt. Even the sun can be a baby, apparently. I think they're taking a page from Teletubbies, maybe. So Watt has a pacifier, and the pacifier never melts, despite being in the mouth of the literal sun. Watt can be found in Paper Mario, which is another game that I've never played, but she's pretty cute, and she can apparently join your party. If you got any Watt fans, let me know. Honestly, this is also making me realize just how much Mario can do. Like, he can do a lot. Everything but apparently pull Peach. And then there's Baby Fat. This character actually made me spiral and question if the entire game was even real. I thought everything that I was reading was somehow a meme and I was just falling further and further victim to the meme, but no, apparently it's very, very real. Baby Fat is apparently an actual character in the game Super Mario RPG Legend of the Seven Stars, which released in 1996. And I'm telling you, I've seen this Yoshi before, and I genuinely always just thought that it was a meme. Like, I thought it was a fan-made character. So this is our new timeline on baby characters in the Mario universe. There sure is a lot, but why are they here again? They completely break any sense or reason, considering that the baby versions and the normal versions of each character can exist in the same reality and stand literally side by side. Unless, hear me out, it was baby Rosalina all along. She warped time and is the reason for all of this. This baby is so powerful and probably should be feared. Or Nintendo just thought that they would be profitable. Take your pick. Or if you have your own theory, then let me know in the comments down below. Also, I kind of hate to do this, but I feel like I am compelled to discuss this. I feel like I would be remiss to not discuss this. And while what I'm about to talk about isn't happening within the franchise itself, thank God, it is something that's happening on the creator's side. There is a disturbing amount of AI slop that surrounds the baby Mario characters here on YouTube. To put it frankly, I find all of the AI slop material around the baby Mario characters quite unsettling, and I would have no idea that they ever existed if I wasn't researching for this video to begin with. Look at all this. All of these thumbnails are AI generated, and the content is frankly terrifying. And maybe worse of all, the content is clearly made to appeal to kids, but they're not being marked as being made for kids. And I know that because you can still comment on these videos. Don't read the comments. But channels like this are making thousands and thousands of dollars on content like this. If you're seeing this and you're like, this is my favorite type of content, Honestly, don't come back to my channel. I'm unbelievably disappointed in things like this. I can't believe that it's on our platform. I can't believe how many views it's getting. The fact that Gen AI is being used to market towards kids, that it's working, that kids are watching this, kids are consuming this. I really didn't want to have to talk about this, but I feel like I had to. So this has been my deep dive into the Baby Mario characters. And if you're one of those people sitting here thinking, hey, I like the baby characters and they're just little babies after all, then let me know who your favorite is and why in the comments down below. And if you're in the camp of, yeah, they're still pretty odd, then let me know what most surprised you while watching. Please consider supporting the channel if you're willing and able. There will be some links in the description. I've been working really hard to support myself and my little kitty Ginge during a pretty difficult time, so any way that you can show support, I would genuinely appreciate it, especially if you choose to become a member of the channel or if you donate to my Ko-Fi page. You would just be amazing and Ginge and I would be unbelievably thankful to you. Let me know if you have any other video ideas that you would like me to cover in the future, and thank you so much for watching, friends. I'll see you on the next one. Bye!